One of the amazing opportunities in property investing is purchasing through auction and selling. But in this video, I'm just going to cover the purchasing process and the different types of auctions so you can get the best deals coming to you faster. Over my time, we've been involved in quite a few auctions. So I'm going to give you the different types first of all, how you can get yourself prepared so you know you're in the right position to do so, and then you go out there and take the action. Now, one of the first ways is the traditional auction, which is the hammer down type of thing, live in the room. But these days, you don't even have to be live in the room. They're set up virtually. In 2020, we actually sold a load through auction as well. And it was great to be able to just watch it online as if you were there in the room. It was cool. Yeah, but this is what you got to do. Like, you got to understand, traditionally, these auctions were set up to create a nice compact sales cycle for both the buyer and the seller. So, on the hammer down, you're going to exchange. Then you're normally going to have around 28 days, and it will always be in the pack and the terms, 28 days to complete. So you've got to make sure that your money's lined up first. So how do you do this? I mean, first of all, you've already got to have a broker. Broker's got to know your details so they know what products that they can give to you. Then you can even potentially before the day of the auction get like a decision in principle or like an offer ready or lined up. So if you do win, then you can go ahead and move forward with that. And bridge loans, pretty straightforward to do that. Another way that we've helped other people do it as well is to have the cash through private investment ready to make the purchase, and then that process doesn't matter about completing, getting the bridge loan in place within 28 days because you've got the cash and you purchase it. Then what will happen is when you do get the bridge loan, that money that comes back, obviously now you've got the money additionally to go and do the refurb. So it doesn't matter which way around you do it, you just got to make sure that you're square and that you're aligned and be able to do this. Also, the auction house is probably going to ask you to put a fee down between £5,000 or £6,000, something like that, just to make sure you're serious. You will get that back if you don't win the bid, but they may ask that from you up front. There's also like a legal pack. Now, I don't advise you reading it yourself unless that's what you want to do or you know what you're doing. But to build relationships with the solicitors to make sure that you're doing multiple deals through them, this can be like absorbed into the cost. So go subscribe to the channel, go check them out, just so you've got the right mindset when it comes to how many deals you do need to actually be doing if you want to create massive wealth. Other types of auctions. Now, they call them all kinds of different things, but they all kind of come under the same category or the same principles, which again is just to make a nice compact sales cycle for both the seller and the purchaser. They could come under like closed bids, it might say modern auction method or any of these other weird and wonderful things they put out there. But ultimately, now what they're saying is, hey, you just tell me what you want to bid for it. We're going to get all the bids. We're going to look at everybody's and somebody's going to choose who they want to go with. We took one through an auction like that. Was great actually, because on the viewing we did actually get to see the vendor and have that communication, so we had then that relationship, which I definitely think helped. They were asking 120 for it, and we know the numbers stacked up. Our max offer price, the maximum we could offer, was actually 156. We teach people how to work numbers out, by the way. Go check out these other videos, go and see these people at these events and the results that they've got, because you're going to need to know what formula, so you're not doing it with feelings, you're actually working things out and making decisions based on formula. So our max offer was 156, so we actually put forward 125. Everyone's out there saying get below market value deals. Listen, at the end of the day, it just needs to work for the numbers, for us to make the profit we want to make or make the cash flow that we want to make. That's what's important. Whether I pay over or under the price, yeah, okay, fine, but I never want to crush the person in the negotiation either, which is what some people's tactic is to do out there. I don't think that's the right thing to do. If you want to do that, that's fine. If not, subscribe to this channel, because I'll give you all of the natural and authentic ways for you to get what you want in life while you help other people get what they want as well. So just because a property is going to go into an auction or been placed in the auction doesn't mean that that's how it's going to be purchased. In fact, many times when I've been selling properties, people approach me and say, what would you accept to just sell it to me now? And then obviously it's my decision as the owner to say, well, X amount of money, or no, I'm just going to go to the auction to see what happens. So I have also done the same on the buying end. I will call them and I'll say, hey, listen, what is the least you're willing to accept to take it out of the auction right now? What is your buy it now price? Just like buying on eBay, the buy it now price. Everybody's got a buy it now price. Just depends if their buy it now price is within the range or the limit that my maximum offer could or would be. Because another thing what they might want though is still to be able to complete an exchange, or exchange and complete, sorry, on those auction conditions, even if they don't go there. So here's the challenge and the benefit at the same time. So if you go to them and say, hey, what's the least you're willing to accept before the auction? The benefit is they're like kind of can get a higher price, right? Because it's like, hey, listen, you got to persuade me to sell it before the auction. That's one thing. But the problem and the challenge then for the seller is that if the auction then goes and nobody buys it, now it's apparent there's no interest in this property. Now it's like, oh, okay, so the other person might be offering less. So do bear that in mind if you're on the other side of selling as well. So the usual thing is, hit the subscribe button. You know how it works. Come on, you want more of these videos, don't you? Let's give you more strategies and more skills to up your game. Go out and make some money. Do the right thing for the right reason, because that's the only way you're going to discover your true potential.